Hey, it's Spezzano. Thanks for joining us. Neighbors in Need. We always like to point out cool things that go on in a community, and there's nothing that more says community like the YMCA of Greater Rochester. And from the Sands Family YMCA, I have Jason Gottfried. Hi, Jason. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Excellent. And Pam Cowan, Chief Experience Officer at the YMCA of Greater Rochester. Pam's in with us here. We're going to have some fun today. I've got the next 15 minutes to talk about some of the great things that's going on and a brand new Y coming to Canandaigua. Jason, is this your fault?
Well, I'm lucky enough to be a part of it, that's for sure.
Tell us about it. How long has it been in the works and where it's going to be located, when it opens, all that kind of stuff.
Sure. Yeah. So, it's been in the works as far as a brand new Y, probably the last 4 years. COVID obviously put a little pause on some of that, but the Canandaigua has a longstanding YMCA presence for a long time in the community, and the opportunity came about for this building with, of course, some really great support from the Sands Family Foundation and many community members that are out there to put up a new building, and also with that came a merger with the YMCA of Greater Rochester. So really solidifying that relationship as a real strong YMCA coming together to then put up a new building to serve a community in a way that is really going to be unmatched as we are walking into this pretty soon here, October 2nd.
I tell you.
So that's the opening date, October 2nd.
Okay, October 2nd. And I mean, as witnessed around, the YMCA Greater Rochester never does anything small. It's either go big or go home. And home we call the Y. Now I'll just give you, from my personal experience for the last 20 years, I have been a member. My boys, they grew up at the Bayview Y, summer camps, everything that had to do with it really is, I consider, part of a community. And with all the different YMCAs around, you can make that part of your family, part of your community. And that's why I love it. It really is the place for the whole family. It's for young at heart. I mean, from childcare to the golden sneakers kind of vibe. You can do anything and everything at the Y. Tell us about what's coming up here that we can expect at the new one in Canandaigua. What are some of the features that we're going to be able to see?
Yeah, and I think you said it. There's something for everybody. I think some of the highlights, of course, are the fact that we are going to have a full-service childcare center attached to our building.
Yes.
And yeah, and I think everybody you hear about the childcare deserts and the need for childcare, and so to bring another center to the Finger Lakes area, the Canandaigua, the Greater Canandaigua area, we're very excited about that. And the benefit to the childcare center, and this is one, as you just talked about. Being connected to the Y, when you are a family in our child care center, and your child comes to it, your family receives a free family membership included in the fees for childcare. So, it's a great benefit to us. You pick up your child, go in and use the Y, and I think that's something that we're very excited to be able to have as a part of our building. And the child care center actually opens September 5th, a month before the rest of the facility opens. So we're aligned to do that right after Labor Day for just that part of the building, and then we'll finish up and open the rest on October 2nd. But I think that's a big piece for us. Having that, like you said, we try to go big. Our aquatic center is going to be another real highlight of our membership operation. The regular Y we open. We'll have 2 pools now, upgrading from kind of a 1.25 we had at our old building. We'll have an exercise pool. Then we'll have a family pool that is going to be focused on families and coming in swimming, having open swim. The majority of our days we'll have open pools for people to come in. We'll also have a kid indoor splash pad that'll be in the aquatic center inside. So we'll have a place for everybody in every which way. Like you said, from the young to the young at heart, we're gonna have something for them.
You said indoor splash pad, so that would be year round.
Correct. Yep.
Oh,
year
that's
round.
great.
Which makes a lot of sense in Rochester, right? We have some aqua stuff inside year round.
Yeah, I totally agree. My wife and I, we have a 4-nager. She was a 3-nager about a month ago. Now she's a 4-nager. And that's the best part of being able to go. And, when you're a parent, you're busy and you got kids, sometimes you tend to not think about yourself or work on yourself. And I think it's really important that to be able to have a facility that has childcare and has that kind of thing where you can actually stick to your pre-baby routines and stay healthy, stay active in the community, and do things like that. I have to ask you a question. I think one of my boys' fondest memories was the Y summer camp and all that. Were you a camp counselor? Do you have any camp background?
Yeah. So that's I started at the Y, 21 years ago.
Did you?
at Camp Arrowhead as a camp counselor. And as I moved through my career, I found myself back at Camp Arrowhead after being a sports director and many other things. But I found my career in operations at Camp Arrowhead as a center director, and I was there for 8 years actually before I moved to the Shotland Y when we opened the one in Pittsford here, and now I have the opportunity to be the executive director here at the Sands Y as we open this one and do it again. But yeah, camping, as I say, is really, it's pivotal. It's pivotal to every kid, to every staff person. And we actually have a camp down here in Canandaigua. It's our first year. It's with a partnership. As you talk about community and what that really means, we're building more community in our area by partnering with the town of Canandaigua. And we're running a summer camp that's called YMCA Camp Glacier Lake, full service summer camp on the water, right at Ononda Park, which is down West Lake Road. Yeah. And we've been running all summer. We've got about 115, 120 kids there a week. And it's been a really great partnership, but we are trying to bring that experience that you mentioned your children had to the Canandaigua and the Finger Lakes area and build up a YMCA camp in a property that is, such a wonderful opportunity for us with the town.
Hey, let me just tell you something. Whoever came up with the brilliant idea of going to Lowe's and finding gold spray paint and spray painting rocks and hiding them along the trails, my kids will never forget that. I found gold, so Dad. I found gold. And they bring these rocks home. I still have a pile of them in my garage.
Yeah, my kids. I was the guy spray painting those rocks.
Oh, great!
Kids are now bringing them home, and I have them in my garage also from the same experience.
Yeah, see what comes around. So
exactly, you're right.
Yeah, yep. We're on to Jason Gottfried from the YMCA of Greater Rochester, the Sands Family YMCA, brand new in Canandaigua, opening in October. There are memberships are available still, right? That you can get, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So our membership center right now, we're on site at the new building. We have a membership center set up there. It's not in the new building. It is a separate trailer in the parking lot. But we are selling memberships every day. Currently, we are open from 9 to 1 and then 4 to 8 weekdays. And then the weekends 9 to 3. And we'll be expanding those hours come September to basically 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and the same weekend hours. So we're selling memberships. You can also do them online. I think that's also important that, you can see renderings of the building and the progress we've made over the last bunch of months, so people can register or sign up for membership online. And it doesn't start now. The memberships don't start until we open the building in October.
Okay, great.
But also they could join. Sorry, one other thing. They can also join and have the membership start now, and they can use other YMCA of Greater Rochester branches as a part of that, so they can still be in YMCA buildings.
Excellent. Now the concept of we build families because family matters, and we build communities because community matters. It's really an important credo that you guys have. I think that's what makes it different than any other place like the YMCA.
It's why I go to work every day. It's why we try to find people that have that same credo, because it's what makes the work is important. It's not just showing up and punching a clock or providing a pool for someone to swim in. There's way more to that. And we from an experience scholarship perspective to reaching the depths of the community that are in need the most, some people always forget the YMCA is a charity, and what we do is we try to help everybody, and we're available to everybody. And so through financial assistance and experience scholarship and through reaching out and community outreach, we're able to do that, but also providing this beautiful new facility for people to come into and never turning anybody away because of the inability to pay. Yeah. And that's a really big thing for people to understand. So you're getting a state-of-the-art facility, and we want everyone there and everyone to experience it.
Yeah, nothing should hold you back, seriously. Now, let me ask you about this. You have a partnership that you're with the U of R, right? You're doing something like with the Mary Clark Thompson Family Practice opening?
Yep.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's another, I guess I want to say, innovative way that the healthcare system and the Y of Rochester started a partnership years ago, where we're really putting healthcare practices into YMCA's and finding ways to really bring holistic wellness to the forefront. And so, this U of R system wide, like our partnership with with UR Thompson, and that practice being in our facility when we open will be so beneficial. Families can come, if they're patients, they can come and they can actually use our Child Watch program, even if they're not a Y member, while they have a doctor's appointment. So if mom needs an appointment, dad has an appointment, they have the kids, they can drop them into our Child Watch room, which a Child Watch is our on-site care that we offer for families throughout the day, so they can work out. And they can, or if they go to a doctor's appointment. So that partnership, again, it's so crucial, and also, I think innovative, but just seems so necessary with that part, with the healthcare system being in our lives.
Yeah, I mean, I don't recall. Do you have any family practices in any of the other YMCA's here in the Greater Rochester area?
Yeah, so it's one of the things that's evolving. Certainly at Shotland Y, we have a couple. I think they're changing one of the practices, but there's two different practices in the Shotland YMCA. The Eastside YMCA also has a partnership and has a practice in their building. And then we do a lot of other stuff with U of R, like remote educational stuff and telehealth with some of our overnight camps. And then we also do some behavior specialist stuff with our day camps and working with healthcare professionals from the U of R. So they're very ingrained in what we're doing and a real solid partner for us.
It's really fascinating that there's so many things that people don't know about the Y. I'm going to go to Pam Cowan in just a second, our Chief Experience Officer, and get to her. But Jason, once again, tell us about the open house and when the grand opening is.
Yep, sure. So the grand opening or the opening weekend open houses will be on September 30th and October 1st. Okay. And then, so we'll have open house tours of the building. People can sign up for membership, come in and see it. And then we'll open to our members on October 2nd, 5:30 in the morning.
Okay. Thanks, Jason. Pam, if you can unmute, and I want to ask you a question. Number one, where do you plug Jason in to get all that extra energy from him to run the building's energy source?
Pretty crazy, isn't it? We're super lucky. We're super lucky to have people who've been part of the Y family for decades. And I think that's what happens, right? They see the impact that they've had over time, and nothing stops them.
Wow. I mean, you know, it really strikes a chord when to know that you said you started, 21 years ago, Jason?
Yep.
21 years ago, you're like Jason, the camp counselor. He was like my best buddy. Look this is why it's such a great thing that you guys do. You make it family. You become family. We become part of your family, and the community family relationship is just so great. And I think that's great to see another great YMCA come into Canandaigua, bigger, better than ever, man. Now, Pam, anything else that you want to add in that we got a couple more minutes left that we need to talk about?
Oh, I mean, there's always so much happening for the YMCA of Greater Rochester. I mean, I think our Sands Family YMCA is certainly a huge project, but it never stops anywhere else. Our Innovation Square that we have over downtown Rochester is really starting to gel, and we're going to have an official grand opening for that in September. Very excited about the partnership with Galena and really what we're offering our members downtown. So incredibly proud of the work we continue, across 5 counties. YMCA of Greater Rochester reaches all the way into the Adirondacks. It reaches into the southern tier in Corning and Painted Post. And I think that sometimes, we forget the impact we're able to have because our reach is so great. People like Jason, who've been around for decades, can really see the fruits of their labor because they've been around so long.
Yeah.
And the kids that they had maybe in camp now bring their kids.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about with the Y being that place, that community. We always call it the third place. People have work, they have home, and then the Y. It's the third place. We talk about that a lot. And Jason's a shining example of how we're able to be that third place because you have familiar faces. You have people who deeply care, and the services we're bringing to the community make the community better. And the
Wow.
partnerships we're able to form just, are able to serve more and more.
It's so nice to be able to get you guys on, and you always have a space here to talk about what's going on at the Greater Rochester, YMCA of Greater Rochester, and any of the events that are going on. Just let us know. But again, thank you so much. Pam, Chief Experience Officer of the YMCA of Greater Rochester, and Jason Gottfried, the whirling dervish of Executive Director of the Sands Family YMCA. Congratulations on your grand opening, October 2nd, and thanks for helping us. Thanks for helping our community, and thanks for helping our neighbors in need.